New tonight, FBI agents arrested a couple from Fort Campbell on aggravated child neglect charges. According to officials, Andrew Garish and Lindsay Bustamante took their baby to the hospital in January, claiming the child was burned during a bath a few days before. The baby was life-flighted to Vanderbilt, where doctors discovered a skull fracture. The baby also needed several procedures for other life-threatening conditions. Officials say the child will need additional treatments for years to come. If convicted, both Garish and Bustamante face a minimum of 15 years in prison.
Tracking crime, a Nashville man is behind bars for pulling a gun near an officer. Metro Police say DeAndre McAllister was assaulted by a group of men at the downtown Wego station on Tuesday. An officer witnessed the attack and stopped the assault. While arresting one of the suspects, McAllister returned and pointed a gun at that suspect. The officer shouted at McAllister to drop his weapon. McAllister now faces an aggravated assault with a deadly weapon charge.
Lebanon police need help identifying 3 people involved in a robbery and several vehicle burglaries. Police say the crimes happened after midnight Monday around Pilot and Knights Inn, that is off of Highway 231, not far from the Interstate 40, that is. The department shared these surveillance images of the suspects. Call Lebanon police with any information.
To our state capitol newsroom tonight, a new Vanderbilt poll reconfirms previous polls showing a majority of Tennesseans, even Republicans, support tighter gun laws. News 2's Chris O'Brien has the findings as a special session on public safety looms.
Vanderbilt released a new poll this morning showing roughly 3/4 of respondents supporting some sort of red flag law.
I think it's a sign that the state collectively is a little bit more moderate than our collective state legislature.
That statistic included over 65% of people who identified as MAGA Republicans, though you probably shouldn't count on the poll changing the minds of the legislature, as top Republicans remain adamant they won't agree to strict changes.
The vast majority of my constituents do not support a red flag or an order of protection law. And so if you just simply look at the makeup of the body, I don't need a poll to tell me, and I don't make decisions based on polls anyway, but you look at the makeup of the body and the vast majority of the constituents of my Republican colleagues are telling them the same thing.
And with the special session on gun reform looming, a stalemate feels imminent.
Whether they choose to commit that heinous act with guns or an automobile or a fertilizer bomb, we need to be recognizing that there are people in a mental health crisis and they need treatment.
Let's accomplish something that makes a difference. You know, if we're just coming down here so, you know, some folks can check a box and say, hey, we did something. Let's not.
Now, of course, a poll doesn't necessarily always indicate what every voter is thinking, but some think the results signal the tide is slowly turning.
No one should think that this state is suddenly making a turn towards the blue side of the ledger. That's not happening. It's a conservative state and remains so.
In Nashville, Chris O'Brien.
Now, there are some Republican lawmakers who told Chris they are willing to discuss red flag laws. Still, passage remains elusive with this very conservative state legislature.